Hey guys, it's Jess. I'm posting your Thursday edition of Trans Love Take Two. I just want to give a little background about myself first, since this is my first video. We live on Long Island, New York. Tatum and I have been married for about 2.5 years. He came out as transgender about 1 year ago, a little short of 1 year, and he is 8 months on testosterone now. We've had some awesome changes in between the time of him starting, so it's been really good. So this week's topic will be the best and the worst thing about the transition for us. So for me, definitely, I'm going to start with the worst to end this on a good note. But the worst for me would definitely be coming out to family. Although we've had a huge, awesome response from our family in the positive way, there are a couple of members of my side of the family that have always kind of, I want to say, been difficult. Even before any of the transition had started, there was always a problem with us being in a same-sex relationship. So since then, there's always been trouble with that. Before the transition, it was a lot of me, I guess, not seeing that side of the family as much because Tatum wasn't welcome. And that was really hard for holidays and birthdays because that was really the only time that I saw a lot of that family. I'm not as close with that side. So that put a lot, I guess, pressure on me in some way. But it made me feel kind of shunned from that side of the family. So now that he's been transitioning, I feel a little bit more, I guess, taken back than before with telling them and coming out to them about Tatum transitioning. So that it puts a lot of stress and anxiety on me, like even just really thinking about it. Like, for example, like Easter is coming up, and usually Easter is a time that I would go see that side of the family, and I would always go by myself. And, seeing them, I would definitely, they would ask, how is everything going, and, what's new, what's going on, and, of course I want to say, oh, well, guess, this is happening, and he's transitioning, and it's this whole big thing. But that side of the family, the members that I would see are not that open, especially, weren't open with us being in a same-sex relationship. So I kind of I really don't even know what to expect with saying anything about that. So it kind of drives me a little nuts inside thinking about it. It makes me really, really upset to think that they just can't accept him for who he is, just as a person, despite gender or the way that he looks or anything. It's just I feel like there's no way for me to get them to accept my marriage, my relationship, my best friend, because they won't even give him a chance as a person. I'm guessing in a way too, I'm kind of scared that that they might accept him maybe more because he's transitioning from female to male, which makes me really sad. That makes me feel like, I don't know, it breaks my heart ultimately, really. So that's really, really hard for me to know that there's people in my family that I used to kind of be close to, maybe not even really be that close to, but I love them. They're my family. I want them to be in my life, and I want to be in their life, and I want to see them. I want to know what's going on, and my cousins, and these couple of family members have always made me feel like I'm doing something wrong, and it's not fair. I shouldn't have to feel like that because I don't feel like that. I'm not doing anything wrong. I am, they're missing out on this part of my life that is so important to me, that I'm so proud to be a part of, and I want to scream from the rooftops like how awesome this is, and I want to share every little thing with them, and I feel like I can't do that, and I have to hold back, and it totally kills me on the inside a little bit. So that's really hard. That is the worst part for me. But on the best side, speaking in the same way, I really do think that the best side is also my family. Because those family members, which most of them, they are so unconditionally supportive. Of course they love Tatum, and they want, the best for him, and they want him to be who he is as a person, and they love him no matter what. But they have my back too. Like anything that I would need, anything that I'm going through, I know they're going through it with me also. And that really gives me a lot of comfort. They take the pain away, and they take that burden off of me because they are so supportive of us and of me. Our family has really helped me get through part of the transition of pronouns and using his name, which is really important because it's hard to get adjusted to that. And from the beginning, everybody was very like, well, you know what? Whenever you want us to start using pronouns, you tell us and we'll do it. It's just, there was no questions asked. There was no gripe about it. It was, you know what, this is what you want. This is what, you should have. This is what you should get. And, them being so supportive and them using the right pronouns and constantly being around other people who are making him feel like himself made it easier for me to go through that too, to know that I had help, I guess, in a way. But I definitely could not have felt that part of the transition was so easy for me without them. Using the pronouns, it's a very, very important thing for both of us. And it's not a big deal if somebody doesn't say the right name, or if they, use the wrong pronoun but then correct themselves, which is totally, it's totally acceptable. But I feel like it helped me learn about, they helped me feel like it was so much easier to go through it. Not that there was anything wrong, of course, but it made everything more comfortable. And, I can talk to them about everything and anything, and, I feel like they got my back, and it's a great thing to have. Family is so important, and that's, it's something you should really hold on to, and I cherish that. So that is the best and the worst for me. I hope everybody has a great week. Hope everybody who's watching is subscribing, commenting, love all that fun stuff. So I guess I'll catch you next time.